The suspect who fatally shot 3 officers in Baton Rouge on Sunday.
Today, on the Shadows of the Internet, we examine one of the darkest and most disturbing chapters in YouTube history, the story of Cosmo Setepenra, an online personality better known in real life as Gavin Eugene Long, a former Marine turned self-proclaimed thinker and activist. Long used YouTube as a platform to share his views on race, power, and society.
Listen, what I'm saying is, he had no fears.
But behind the philosophical monologues and intellectual tone was a man growing increasingly disillusioned, angry, and isolated. On July 17, 2016, his 29th birthday, Gavin Long committed a horrific act of violence, ambushing and killing 3 police officers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, before being fatally shot himself. This is the chilling story of Cosmo Setepenra, and how a quiet voice on the internet became a national tragedy.
And I was on my way to go see my Connect. And that's another thing I wanted to say.
Gavin Eugene Long was born on July 17, 1987 in Kansas City, Missouri. Described as intelligent and articulate, he graduated from Central High School in 2005 and enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps shortly after. He served honorably from 2005 to 2010. Including a deployment to Iraq where he worked as a data network specialist. He achieved the rank of sergeant and received an honorable discharge. After leaving the military, Long pursued education, attending Central Texas College, Clark Atlanta University, and even claiming to have studied abroad. He also reportedly became interested in sovereign citizen ideology, a belief system that rejects government authority and legal norms. Around 2015, he adopted the pseudonym Cosmo Setepenra, a name drawn from Egyptian spiritualism and black nationalist themes. Under this new identity, he began creating content. Long's YouTube channel, under the handle Cosmo Setepenra 4436, launched in April 2016, just 3 months before the shooting. He titled his series Convos with Cosmo, and used the platform to discuss philosophy, psychology, race relations, spirituality, and government control. In his earlier videos, he spoke over still images. Later, he appeared on camera, well-dressed, calm, and deliberate. His tone was measured, but his ideas were increasingly radical.
You gotta fight back. That's the only way a bully knows to quit. He doesn't know words.
He criticized the American justice system, spoke against police brutality, and encouraged black men to take control of their lives. He denounced both peaceful protest and passive resistance, claiming they were ineffective in the face of oppression. In one of his final videos, he said,
"We know what it's gonna take. It's only fighting back or money. That's all they care about. Revenue and blood. Revenue and blood. Revenue and blood. Nothing else."
Long's videos never called for a specific act of violence, but the undercurrent was unmistakable. His words were not just commentary, they were a warning. In early July 2016, 2 black men, Alton Sterling in Baton Rouge and Philando Castile in Minnesota, were killed by police in separate incidents just 1 day apart.
I'm gonna shoot you in your head, you understand me? Don't you move, I'm gonna shoot you in your head, you hear me?
These killings triggered nationwide protests and reignited a firestorm of anger toward law enforcement. Baton Rouge became a focal point for the unrest. Gavin Long traveled from Missouri to Louisiana shortly after Sterling's death. He recorded videos on the road, speaking cryptically about making a stand and not sitting back anymore. On July 17th, his 29th birthday, he acted on those thoughts, with horrifying consequences. That morning, Gavin Long was seen walking near a shopping plaza on Airline Highway, armed and wearing all black. Citizens called 911, reporting a suspicious man with a rifle. Due to Louisiana's open carry laws, officers initially did not engage with force, but just minutes later, Long opened fire. In less than 10 minutes, he ambushed and killed 3 officers: Montrell Jackson, age 32, Matthew Gerald, age 41, and Brad Garafola, age 45. He also wounded 3 others. Witnesses say Long used military-style tactics, flanking officers and using parked cars for cover. He moved with precision and intent, ambushing responders as they arrived. One officer tried to assist a fallen colleague. Long executed him at point-blank range. A SWAT sniper stationed 100 yards away eventually ended the rampage with a single fatal shot. The nation was in shock. Gavin Long had no criminal record, no known accomplices, and had acted alone, but his online presence quickly became the focus of investigation. Authorities discovered his YouTube channel, self-published books, and social media posts, all of which painted a disturbing portrait of a man who felt war was necessary for justice. His ties to sovereign citizen ideology, anti-government beliefs, and radical black nationalism became clear. In one tweet, he wrote, "If I die in the service of my people, know that I did it because I loved you, and I couldn't bear to watch you suffer." President Obama condemned the attack, calling it the work of a coward. But for many, Long's actions reopened a painful conversation about violence, police power, race, and radicalization in the digital age. Cosmo Setepenra's YouTube channel remains a haunting digital relic. His videos, while taken down by YouTube shortly after the attack, were archived and studied extensively. In hindsight, the red flags were there. Videos discussing revolution, rejecting peaceful protest, and idolizing violent resistance. But to some viewers before the shooting, he just seemed like another online commentator with unorthodox views. The tragedy forced platforms like YouTube to reckon with how radical content spreads, even when it doesn't explicitly call for violence. Cosmo was not a troll. He wasn't shouting into the void. He was planning something real, and his videos were the breadcrumbs. The story of Cosmo Setepenra, Gavin Long, is a chilling reminder that words matter, platforms matter. What begins as ideology can become action, what looks like abstract frustration can harden into radicalization, and what plays out on the screen can spill into the streets with deadly results. Long's actions left behind grieving families, shattered communities, and a digital legacy that still sparks debate about free speech, extremism, and justice. He saw himself as a revolutionary. The world saw a killer. There is no redemption arc here, only a stark lesson about the fragility of reason in the age of the internet, and how isolation, anger, and ideology can form a deadly mix. Thanks for watching Shadows of the Internet. We'll be dropping a new episode every Wednesday, so stay tuned. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more deep dives into the minds behind the screens. Stay aware, stay safe, and stay curious.
That's what I'm leaving you with. Those two principles right there. And you remember, you look up, you get up, and don't ever give up.